ask, welcome to Realm of the Sacred Roots. I wanted to talk to you guys today about the war being fought in your mind. We gather and get everything together for the war that in the physical, we have our food and we have our preparations, we have our weapons, we're ready to go, our place is fortified. And our spiritual being, we've worked at too. We've been meditating, we've been praying, we have all of this together. And sometimes I think we forget about the mental. So we have the physical and the spiritual, but we're forgetting about the mental. And that's important because that's part of the whole. And that's what makes us one and complete. And because we're going through so much right now in the world, there's a lot of chaos and there's probably more to come. I think being strong in those other areas is wonderful, but I want to make sure we don't forget to take care of ourselves mentally. It's important because sometimes, no matter how strong we are, we can break down, we can get depressed. We have our moments of sadness and we have our moments where we just want to shut ourselves off from the outside world. And so I wanted to talk to you guys today more so about our mind and about where we're at. As practitioners, we use our minds to be creative. We use our minds to be imaginative. And we also use our minds to manifest things and to put our intent out into the world. We use our minds for these things. And so we have to ensure that we take care of our mental health. It's very important. Um, let's talk for a minute about the differences. There was a time when I wasn't sure of the difference of being depressed and then like being situationally sad. And there's a difference. There was a time when I would, and this is many, many years ago, but I'll tell you my story because I'm hoping that it will help somebody else. There was a time when I was sad and it was continuous. It lasted months into years. That was depression. That wasn't just being situationally sad that I lost my homework or something happened. This was, I felt like everything was going wrong in my life, my social life, my relationships, my work. Everything just seemed gloomy. And there was no way, I was looking for a way out. There was no exit for me. So this type of mindset is a depression. I have to tell you, if I did not seek help, I would not be sitting here right now with you guys. And so I know people who used to make fun of others that didn't want to be here anymore. And they would say things. I remember this in school. And I never really understood it. I never understood why those people would make fun of somebody who seemed to be depressed and didn't want to be here. Now that I had found myself years ago in that position of not wanting to be here because things were so miserable for me that I found no exit. I had no way out. There was no way to vent. And I didn't even feel like I had anyone that I could count on. The family members that I did try to talk to, um, didn't seem to understand where I was, what I was going through. I didn't have any strong friends I felt like I could lean on or count on at the time. So for me, it was really tough. I even had somebody when I was trying to pour my heart out, explaining why I was so depressed, tell me that I should blow my brains out. So wasn't that interesting? So you can imagine being at your lowest of low and then having that type of support not for you in your life. And so if I did not seek help, if I did not go to seek help and to get on some type of medication, there was no way I felt like I was going to make it out of that hole. It was a dark hole. It was very deep. Now I understand many, many years later when I look back, the purpose of what I went through, the purpose of my shaman side and the test that I had to go through. Now I understand I can reach back and help someone that in that same state or position today without judgment because I get it. I understand. I was there to the deepest and the darkest. So there's no judgment here. If somebody came to tell me they didn't want to be here, I get it. I understand. I really do. So my point is even when I was taking medication, people would talk down on it. And you know what I said even then? I don't care. If this pill helps me make it through the day, then guess what? I will do that as I was going through counseling, and it absolutely helped. And I don't look down on it even today. I won't look down on somebody that feels like they need to vent. They need to talk to someone. They need to explain that. And if that's their only support, then by all means, you have to do that. You have to go through that. And there's no judgment there. And shame on those that judge people that are actually going through something like that and and not support them. That is just not the right thing, because you don't know what's going on in their lives. You don't understand their mindset. So for us to judge is not it's not appropriate. It's actually quite cruel. Now, being situationally sad, you lost your pet, something happened to a loved one, things like that, you're supposed to cry. You're supposed to grieve. And that's what that's about. And even though you can be sad years later, it's not like a depression where you're crying every single day and you just don't want to live. There's such a major difference. And it doesn't mean that everyone that's depressed doesn't want to live. That's not what I'm saying. That was just me in the case that I was presenting. But it can be that dark. It can be that serious. And it would just be nice for us to try to understand a little bit better those that need help going through a specific time. Did I ever think I'd be sitting here right now in probably the best time of my life? No, I didn't think that. And what I would have missed if I wasn't here, this wonderful gift called life. And so I wanted to talk to you a little bit um, about coping skills, because having coping skills helps you deal, right? And I didn't realize that for the longest time. If you sit there at work for 8 hours a day and you are just at your computer and you don't get up and you don't take breaks, take a break. I don't care if it's a 5 minute break, take a break. You have to get up and get out a little bit and break that monotony up, break it up, and um, it's okay to go for a little walk. It's okay to stop and talk to someone for a minute. You just have to know when to take those breaks. Also, like when your shoulders maybe get tense, these are just things that I do. I start to notice and I'm like, whoa, wait a minute, I'm getting stressed. I get a headache. I'm like, okay, wait, what am I thinking of? It's like being aware of yourself, right? So I'm like, okay, my shoulders are starting to tense. Okay, it's going up to my head. So I am I'm starting to stress out. Breathe, do whatever exercises you need to do to bring yourself back to that calm, to that space where you're not super stressed. And these were just skills that I had to learn um, over a period of time. These just didn't come to me. I really had to learn them and implement them in my life. I learned how to prioritize. I can't do everything at once, which I would love to do. Sometimes I think I'm an overachiever. I just want to get everything done and do to perfection. But in this case, prioritize what you have to do. You can't do everything at once. And you know what someone told me when I was trying to clean up a room? They were like, if you can't do it all at once, then move two things a day, right? And then by the end of the week, you'll have 14 things moved if you just do that for 7 days. And it made sense. And I did do that. And at the end of the week, I accomplished more than I would have accomplished than sitting there for the week saying, I wish I could just clean this whole room up. And it never get done because it was too overwhelming to accomplish in one sitting. So that was just one of my other tips for you. So, and then the fourth tip I have is setting boundaries. Um, if you're the counselor type or the type that listens to your friends' problems and they come to you most likely, then set boundaries. If they call too late, if they're calling way too much and uh, it's overboard, it's set boundaries. Don't answer your phone. Tell them you don't talk beyond a certain time. Sometimes you need a break for yourself. And when you're trying to be the foundation for everyone's problems, sometimes it becomes overwhelming. So you have to set your own boundaries. Same with family and phone calls or just stopping over at the place. It's like you have to set certain boundaries for people. So I just wanted to encourage you guys that it's okay to seek help, that it's okay if you need help with talking to someone or to be on medicine. I know there's a stigma there, but to hell with what people think about you, right? You have to just do what's best for you. And that's what I had to learn throughout that whole process was I had to do what was best for me. And at the time, that's what worked for me. And it worked. And I am probably, and not bragging, but I am probably one of the strongest women that I know. And I know a couple of others, but it took me going through hell. It took me literally going to death and back, right? I'll have to get more into my story next time, but it literally took me having to go to the other side and back. It took that for me to realize that it's kind of like that diamond in the rough, right? You have to go through something in order to come out stronger, in order to get the scales off of you that you didn't know you had. And then you come out and you flourish. So that's part of my story. And it's a story that I don't hide, and nor should you. It's part of what makes you who you are today. Even your trauma, that makes you who you are today. And even though we choose not to relive our trauma, whatever that may have been in your life, we still can use that to draw power and strength today in our very present lives. And that's what's important. So let's use what we've been given. We've been given these cards, we've been dealt these cards. Okay, let's make the best of it. Okay, let's do this. And that's what I've done. And you can do the same thing. So I wanted to encourage you, don't be afraid to seek help. And if the pressure is too much, it's too much. I think because we're raised in societies where it's like, okay, men, you don't cry. Men, you're supposed to be able to handle all of this, and you don't show your feelings. And women, you have to, run the household and take care of the kids or da da da. Like there's so much on us today, men and women. I was in the military where we I didn't go to for help. I didn't go to sick call. I didn't go to the doctor. I mean, it had to be something seriously wrong with me. You suck it in and you press on. And that's what we did. I didn't cry and show feelings, especially being one of the, and I guess I'm really showing my age. I was one of the first women, female group, squadron to go onto the ship. So you didn't want to go on there seeming weak. You didn't want to go on there like, wow, crying, showing emotions. So the whole time, it's like you got to be tough. You got to carry your weight and more to prove yourself. So I wasn't used to the breakdown and um, show your emotions and tell someone what's going on with you. I wasn't used to that. And I paid dearly for that. I did pay dearly for that. So, all of that said, I just want to encourage you to do what's best for you and not worry about what people say and what they think. To heck with people and what they think and what they say. They're not paying your bills, okay? They're not feeding you. You do what is best for you. Seek help if needed, especially in these times. Even if you can just pick up the phone, if you can't go see someone right now because of the times we're in, pick up the phone and talk to someone. But it's okay to do that. And you'll come out super stronger on the other side and be so thankful you did. So, anyways, I just wanted to do this quick video for you guys. I hope you got something from it. And know that you're not alone. You're not alone in this. You're really not. There's been plenty of people who've gone through what you're going through right now. And sometimes the strongest of people need a little bit, need a little help. So there's no shame in that. Anyways, okay, well, I hope you guys have a good day, evening, wherever you're at. Please like and subscribe, and I will continue to put more videos out. Bye.